Oh god, proper snotty. Are you alright?
Yeah.
You comfortable?
Yes. So that music's not too loud.
Should be, but I will. I mean, in theory, it should all be synced, so it shouldn't overlap. It's when it's not 100% you get issues with echo. Okay, so it seems like it's recording our voice, that's fine. It all seems pretty happy. I don't even know how I'm going to start this, to be honest. Spryo Reignited Trilogy. So this is, oh god, that's terrible. I've lost my way already. So we're going to be taking a quick look at Spryo Reignited Trilogy, which is essentially a remake of the first 3 Spyro games from the PS1. I think the first one came out 20 years ago in September. This game came out in November, early November, at the bargain price of around £30, £35. And I've drafted you in, Kelly, because you have been playing, well, you've been kind of hacking your way through this big trilogy. I know you're a big fan. I also like Spyro, but I think you take the crown as being the Spyro aficionado here.
Yeah, that's right. So I think this is a game I played the most as a child. Spyro 1, the first one in particular, mainly because I had 2 and 3 but I lost the discs. So played the hell out of number 1.
And I know you recently as well, in the last few years, played them in the Vita as well, because they ported the PS1 version to them. So
yeah, so I've played it quite a few times.
I think they're fresh in your memory, so you're probably a good point of reference to how good of a reboot or a rebuild. I mean, how would you describe this? Is it a remaster or a I don't know.
I'd say remaster. Everything seems the same apart from it just looks a lot better.
Okay then, so this is on my account because I want to get some free trophies. So we might as well just jump in. And other than yourself who's joining me today, we've also got Timmy, the cat, who is...
So if you see any meows, or hear any meows, then yeah, that's him.
Yeah, you can't keep him out of it. All the legal stuff. It seems as this is a kid's game. Who's going to read that?
And it doesn't let you through until you've got to the bottom.
Well, no,
there doesn't seem any way to skip it.
It's like that South Park episode.
Yeah, that's right.
So you got the 3 games. Can you just jump into any of the games?
Yeah, you can choose any.
Right, we might as well start with the first one, but we might jump into the other ones a bit later to see how they look as well. I don't know a lot about Spyro, as I say, so I can vaguely remember the story of the first game, and obviously we've got the intro here. I think they're pretty light on story.
Yeah, it doesn't take too long until you're actually in there and playing. Yeah, this will just play you.
But I mean, and one thing. So I did a bit of reading up on this, and I have been kind of keeping tabs on it because I do like these kind of little nostalgia trips. Obviously, we had the Insanity Trilogy,
The
Insane Trilogy for Crash Bandicoot last year, and that was a huge success. It made a fortune. I think it was in the top of the charts at least in the UK for a long time, and I don't imagine that it was too much work. It was probably less work to redo a game than it was to make one from scratch.
Yeah, I mean that was huge in itself because it came back to PlayStation, but obviously it came to other formats, consoles, PC as well.
Yeah, so it's everywhere now. I know it's on the Switch as well, and that was generally really successful, very well thought of. And Spyro seemed like the obvious next choice because I think what was there, Crash Bandicoot and Spyro were both PS1. I think Spyro then eventually kind of had a bit of a rivalry with Ratchet and Clank, or was that the next one that Insomniac did, who developed it?
Yeah, that's the next one. So that was for the PS2 era, and there were other Spyro games on the PS2 era, but I don't think it was the same company.
No, it's probably a bit like Crash Bandicoot, that after that PlayStation 1 era, it got handed off to a different developer. So for Crash Bandicoot, Naughty Dog stepped away and it got sent to Activision, kept it. I think a similar fate befell Spyro. Just jump in. Similar fate befell Spyro, and you know, we all know where that ended up. We got Skylanders with a cracked out looking Spyro eventually. So it's nice. If nothing else, it's really nice to see Spyro back in kind of his early glory for a new generation to really, I suppose, to appreciate. So that's nice. And the nostalgia. I think we're of the right age to appreciate these as much as kids will appreciate them.
And it's probably made for us, sort of our age.
Yeah, I think, well, you know, we've got the nostalgia. We've got a degree of disposable income. So is this?
Yeah, I was just looking for the subtitles to start with. In fact, are there any subtitles? There might not be.
You know what? Actually, there isn't.
No, there's no.
I just realised, and Toys for Bob came out and made a lame excuse, something along the lines of, "It's not industry standard." And rather than just holding their hands up and say, "Oh shit, we forgot," they made some lame excuses to why. Maybe it'll get patched in, but no, they don't.
One thing just to say in here as well, something that's new to this version, there's a little map option, so you can have map on, and that just adds a little mini map to the bottom left hand corner. It takes a few seconds to pop in, but it's a quite nice little touch.
Yeah, I bet because it's quite open, if I remember rightly. Spyro, it's Crash Bandicoot's a bit of a corridor crawl. Spyro is like the complete opposite.
Yeah, that's right. It's quite a big area. But yeah, it's quite satisfying to come back and play this game again after so long.
I mean, there's the one thing that strikes you instantly is it looks really, really good.
It does. There's a lot of detail. So in previous games, the grass would have probably been a green sort of.
Just like a flat texture.
Layer. Whereas now you can actually find sometimes the gems are hidden in the grass. You can't see them quite so obviously.
This feels like you're just bullying these creatures. You're like a terrifying dragon destroying them all. I remember as well playing Spyro, like the enemies were kind of amorphous blobs a lot of the time. They were just nondescript fantasy characters, whereas there's a lot of charm and a lot of extra art has gone into them. And I think one of the things that will jump out to anybody who played the original Spyro is all the dragons, I think, are now unique.
Yeah, that's right. I think there used to be 3 or so character models for the dragons in the previous game, for the PS1 version. Whereas now they're all completely unique, and they do have sort of different types for different areas. So we're in the artisan area, the more arty dragons.
And excuse me straight off the bat, I'm full of cold, so I'm probably going to be sneezing and snorting my way through this. Yeah. So I suppose really, what in general, what are you doing in Spyro?
So right at the very start, we saw we've annoyed Nasty Nork, and he's set all the dragons into stone, but I assume because you're so small you managed to escape the beam. It's
really light on story in terms of like who Spyro is and why he isn't affected by this.
Yeah.
And I'm also curious to the politics of this world, in that Nasty Nork can apparently destroy all dragons on a whim because, well, I can't remember exactly why he turns on them, but it's for some real stupid reason.
You're saving your progress.
I think they said that Nasty Nork is stupid.
Not that
it's something that they insulted him.
Right.
And he's not happy, so.
And I always like to ask you this because I never think you can answer. But what is Nasty Nork?
I don't know what he is. Like, I say orc because it rhymes, but I don't know what he is. Goblin maybe.
It seems like you've got dragons and then nondescript other creatures.
Yeah, I don't think you see it so much in this one, but in the other ones as well, you've got different sort of Spyro 2, you've got different creatures in different levels who help you through it, and there's a real variation on what you actually see.
So obviously the story's pretty thin, but like you could argue as well, can you name a platform game that was benefited from a lot of story? There's not many. Jak and Daxter's probably the only one that comes to mind. Super Mario Odyssey had a weirdly involved storyline involving forced marriage, but like I could have done without it. It was fine. But
strange.
So yeah, it's not really a big deal. But I suppose really, moment to moment, it seems like you just kind of wander around these worlds, picking up treasure, because obviously dragons love treasure.
Yeah, and I don't like missing out on the treasure either. I will just look everywhere and I miss that one there.
So beyond the treasure, what's your main focus of the game?
So this one, it's freeing the dragons. So we've seen a few already. There's one here. We free these guys. Gildas, yeah. What's he? He's a painter.
Spyro, my friend. How about a hint on glass?
They look really good.
You bet.
We've got a lot of
For
charm.
the longest
Yeah.
line,
Yeah, it's really
press the
nice. So
jump
you go around and
button
free
at the
them,
top
and
of
for
your
some
jump,
reason they don't
and
then
try
go on and
pressing
help
the
you. You
action
do.
button.
Yeah.
You do the game by yourself.
He's like the littlest dragon, and
It's
he
fun.
gets given no help whatsoever.
Yeah.
So is this kind of like a training level?
This is the first level. For some reason, I don't normally do this one first. I think it's normally because in the first one I'll go around and get all the gems from everywhere and end up in a different one further away. But yeah, I think this one's the first one you're supposed to do.
So how's the game structured? Is it because you went through a gateway there?
Yeah, the different levels. So you've got different hub worlds. So the Artisan Land, different hub worlds in there. You can do them in any order, but you can't progress.
Burn that sheep again.
Burn the sheep. Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
It is,
Spyro's meant to be. Spyro's meant to be
well,
a
he
nice
doesn't outright
creature.
die. He sort of loses his coat. And here's
Oh,
like
these fuckers! I remember these.
They don't seem as bad as I remember, but I don't know if that's me being better, maybe, or they're slower. I'm not sure.
Maybe I'm projecting upon this, but they always come across quite racist to me. I don't know. Nobody else seems to have a problem. It doesn't seem to be something I've seen brought up, but they strike me as somewhat racist. Evil, blackface, turban-wearing guys. Yeah.
Yeah, I've not thought of that. So
It's a real pretty game.
yeah, it's good.
I don't like. I can't, as I say, I can't really remember much about the original games other than I played the first one. I don't think I ever finished it. I think I got to the last boss, and I got so frustrated that I just stopped playing. I think I rage quit Spyro, and I never played 2 or 3. Not because I didn't enjoy the first one. It just, I don't know. It's one of these franchises that I never got really into.
Yeah, I think it's the main game I played. I think this and Crash Bandicoot, so it's nice to see them both come back.
So it's just a case of trying to find all the dragons.
Yeah, I mean you can leave at any time when you see the return home portal. But to get to the next land you need to free so many dragons or collect so many dragon eggs depending on which land you're in. So this one's free so many dragons.
But
and
first,
to the next.
let me
Okay,
tell
so-
you
as well.
a story. No thanks. See ya.
I know, so I suppose some fun Spyro facts. I know for a fact that, well, sorry, I think the difference, we mentioned the Insane Trilogy for Crash Bandicoot before, excuse me, I believe the developers had the code for Crash Bandicoot to work from, and it made life a lot easier, and I get the impression with Spyro, Toys for Bob, who were the developer of this, did not. They basically had to code all this from scratch, and that obviously means there's a lot more work goes into it. You're essentially building a new game, but not only that, but you're trying to capture the feeling of an original game that people are going to know and love. But you've also got to put all the work in, basically recreating everything from scratch, really. So it's, in a lot of ways, it might even, I mentioned before, it's probably easier to recreate a trilogy. Probably was the case in terms of Crash Bandicoot, but for this one, maybe not. And from what I've heard, they had to develop a tool called Spyroscope, which is a bit of software that basically used to run alongside the original games and basically rebuild them in, I suppose, take all the data and map them out in their new engine, and that was the only way they could effectively get the game in their new engine and start with that. And it was a case of they basically had to scour the original games with this bit of software, Spyroscope, to get all the detail in. Even to the point where apparently there's a thread on Reddit where somebody highlighted a secret that they completely missed, and they had to go back kind of last minute and add it in. So, I mean, like, again, you're the resident Spyro expert. How close to the original does it feel, like game feel wise?
Yeah, it seems pretty close to me. Obviously, I think the graphics are the only real thing that you can tell the difference of. The one other thing on the screen right now is the gems used to sort of go from the bottom to the top, collect, and then you'd visually see a representation of how many gems you'd collected. Whereas now it's just a counter for gems.
I heard a lot of people complain about that.
And that was it was really nice. But other than that, it is pretty much the same game. It's
I mean, I suppose if you're doing a recreation, like a complete rebuild of these games, you want to get as close as possible. But in your opinion, does that bring any kind of downsides with it? Does it mean that... Does the gameplay feel dated? Because, I mean, the last big 3D platformer I played was Super Mario Odyssey, which is kind of a real benchmark in how 3D platformers work. Does this feel comparable? I know they're not exactly the same type of thing, but does this have any frustrations that are maybe a result of it being a dated game?
So because I've played it quite a lot, I think I'm used to how the controls work. Sometimes the camera doesn't feel too great, too responsive. And
here's a question as well, because I played this game on just a controller. How does the camera handle? Because I assume that we didn't have a right stick when we played this game originally, and I assume it was on the shoulder button.
Yeah. So at the minute, I don't have it in there. One sec. So yeah, there's two different control schemes. You've got the reignited controls, so you've got the flame attack on R2 and pull camera behind on L2. It used to be the camera was on the L2 and R2, which is actually how I prefer it.
Oh really?
That's what I'm used to, yeah. But you can still use the analog stick, but you can also just switch around with the L2, R2, and that's how it used to work with the old Spyro. Yeah, sometimes I always feel like I'm not the best at charging, but I think it's to do with the camera, I guess.
You know what, when I've been watching you play this, I feel like, just from even watching you, the camera is too close to Spyro when you charge.
Yeah, sometimes you're sort of moving towards the camera and want to find something, and the camera's not always looking where you want it to.
I know, having watched you in later parts of this game and the second game, there are some parts that really demand like tight controls on the charging as well. Like you're chasing things through tight corridors, and there's times I'm like, Jesus Christ, you got through that through blind luck because it's so tight. So, yeah. And I, one of the things I do remember from my experiences of the original is that I thought the camera, well, I don't think I articulated it as a, God, what I would have been, a 9-year-old? Yeah, shit. I don't think I articulated it quite like that, but obviously I remember feeling frustration that I couldn't see where I was going.
Yeah, I can imagine that's probably a good reason why you quit at the last level.
Yeah.
It's a long level and you don't get any save points in the Nasty Knock level.
Oh, is that a big spoiler, is it? A 20-year-old spoiler that Nasty Knock is indeed the final boss. There's no mid-game twist. One thing as well, is it Sparks?
Yeah, there's a few new animations for Sparks. So before, I think you didn't really get too much from him zipping around. I think he's got arms now, which he didn't used to have. And also if you stand still for a while, well, it's all not to, but he does sort of come towards the camera. And stop saying hello.
Yeah, I've seen him knock on the screen a few times.
Yeah.
Hey, a trophy! God, that's so well deserved for me.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a few different things. So if you stand still, the music can change to a more passive sound. It sort of mutes it a little bit, but you can change it on or off depending on whether you like that or you like how it used to be.
Oh really?
Yeah, so you can have it exactly how it used to be, or you can. Oh no! Let's do it again.
It's like, oh God. So I've noticed some of the enemies seem to have like shiny metal, and I feel like I remember something about that. Does that mean they're tougher? Yeah,
so shiny metal enemies you can flame, you can just charge through, but if they're big enemies, you can't charge them anyway. So there'll be a place like, for instance on that one, there's a place on his back, I could sort of flame him.
I feel like that's not right. I feel like if someone's wearing metal and a dragon would breathe fire on them, the metal would just kind of melt onto them and cause more damage.
Well, the little Spyro here, maybe one of the bigger dragons might be able to do it.
I don't think this is a very science-based dragon game.
Want to know a secret? Use the action button when you want to zoom in and look around. Oh,
he's looking trendy with his little hat turban thing on.
He's an artist, probably.
Yeah, he's got an autistic temperament. I really like how Spyro animates. He's got like a real little jaunt to his run.
He does. I'll try and. I mean, I don't know if the camera's too sort of close, but I'll try and do the side on. It's the same sort of. There we go. Yeah,
it's like a happy little dragon.
Yeah. It's the same sort of animation you get in the bottom right when it's saving. You get Spyro sort of running along. Hey, treasure.
So, I know Spyro 1's not a long game. Like, well, you've already platinumed it?
Yeah, I've platinumed Spyro first one, working my way through number 2. Yeah, 1's not a long game, and I think the thing that I'm seeing with Spyro 2 is it has it's a bit like
Oh, it's
a bit
you.
more of a
I wasn't sure
not
if
really
you'd escaped
Metroidvania, but you
those
get some
annoying
abilities later on.
Of course they wouldn't
Right.
bother me.
So you need to go back to some levels and go down
Their
different routes
metal
that you couldn't
armor is
before.
fireproof,
Whereas
but
that's not the case at all in
charge attack will
Spyro
take
1. You
care
can
of
just
them.
complete everything as you go through, so it doesn't really you don't really come back and see the levels if you sort of 100% them each time, which because I've played it so much I can't
You do it
that.
without a guide or any. You just know where everything is. Do you find that the new mini map helps with that, or do you not need it?
I don't think it helps with that. I don't think I need it, but it's just a nice touch.
Saying that, I know exactly how you are at reading maps.
Yeah, not great.
Darius. Oh, he's a
Big
big
enemies
unit.
like
Oh,
this North
he's
with
like
the
a
clock
Shakespeare
cannot be
dinosaur.
charged.
Dinosaur dragon.
That should defeat them.
So, are all the levels like this, where you go around collecting dragons?
Yeah, mostly. You've got so each world has 5 or so, I believe. I can't remember exactly. Levels like this, and the one that we were previously on, where you collect dragons, treasure, egg thieves if you see any. They've got for each world it has a like a speedway level.
And what are those?
So you go around and you've got collectibles. So you're flying around, and you've got a timer, and you have to collect say 8 items each rings.
Can you show us that after this one?
Yeah, we'll go to that one next. The first one's actually hidden, but we can get to
But
it.
yeah, not hidden to you.
It's not hidden to me, but it's hidden. One of the dragons later on tells you how to get to it, but we'll sort of cheat because we know how to do it.
Yeah, I remember seeing you talk to a dragon and give you a suggestion of how to get somewhere, and you were like, "Yeah, I've already been there."
I missed 2 gems there. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm never gonna get the platinum for this.
Yes, we'll go to that, and then each world's got a sort of boss as well. So we can't actually go to the first boss in this world until we've completed a level, which we've done now. We can go to the one.
Oh, okay.
It sort of makes you go and practice.
Right.
So yeah, we'll go to the first sort of speedway course. It's over here. So it's hidden behind these. You need to step on each one.
Spyro swim?
No, I would hope so. That's fine.
I was wondering. I think I put his fire out.
Yeah, I hope so.
Oh.
Look, there we go. So yeah,
So the sparks change colour. Is that your health bar?
yeah. So sparks is your health bar. You've got gold or yellow, which is full health, and then blue, and then green. And if you get hit after green, he goes, which is not great because Sparks. Oh, there you go.
There he is.
Does. So Sparks picks up the gems as he gets close in close proximity.
Ah, right.
But if he's not there, you have to touch them, and yeah, that's a lot more annoying.
One thing I didn't notice is before, he's got scales on his back and stuff. He's got loads of detail in him.
He's got a lot of detail. He's great.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
It sounds like such a nice place. Sunny Flight. And so, like, how many hub worlds is there?
Oh gosh, about 5.
Right.
I can't remember exactly. So this one, oh god.
This feels like the typical kind of like, hey, it's the beginning grassland.
Oh, missed it.
Oh,
Yeah, when I was doing this myself, it took me a few goes. So you need to collect a few different things. There's always 4 different types of things to collect in each level, and this one collects barrels.
you know what? Like the charge, and this feels like it maybe had the camera a bit too close to you.
Yeah, it's. So I'll probably die, and then I'll quit out of the level because I'll get really frustrated when I can't do it.
I just expect 100% from the Spyro Master. So how many? If you get the platinum on these games, how many times will you have gotten the platinum for Spyro? Twice?
On this game?
Well, just the different Spyros, because you played them on the Vita.
100%. Oh, there was no previous platinums for the PS1 version.
Oh, of course not. No.
So I played it for fun.
Oh. Why'd you do that? That's no fun anymore. If I'm not getting rewarded by something, I'm not even interested.
It's obviously a lot quicker to go and get
Fair enough. Fucking off. You just made a serious mistake trying to go to war with the dragons. When the smallest one can do this.
Yeah, and then... Okay, so I still need to get the archers, and I might do it. I think I've done this a bit different to normal. I'm normally going the other way around.
Throwing your game off.
Yeah.
God, it feels tight.
Yeah, it is. I mean, obviously you get extra seconds each time you go through something or flame something. I'm not sure I'm going to do this. I don't have time.
Oh no, that's really frustrating. So close.
Very close, but I'll quit because I'll probably get closer than that. But we can go and do the boss in this hub world.
Okay.
See him. He's called Scorch.
Sounds very appropriate for a game about dragons. So does Spyro follow the typical? It seems, I suppose, really a pattern in platforming games where they form a trilogy. They always seem to be a case of the first one is like a good framework. It's got charm. It's got the gameplay is generally solid. The scope of it's maybe a bit limited, but it's otherwise a solid game. The second one comes along. Obviously, the first one gives it the fundamentals, so the team usually spends a lot of time making it a bigger affair. You know, expanding upon it, making it a really long adventure, baking in some improvements, like iterations on what made the first game so good. And then the third one always seems to be a little bit more of the same, a little bit less ambition, a little bit more variety thrown in to make things a little bit less repetitive, but not the leap from 1 to 2. Does Spyro seem to follow that? So like 1's good, 2's the best, 3's more of the same, a little bit derivative. God, I can't say it. A little bit more derivative. By the time you get it, with a few kind of weird mini games thrown in for good measure.
Yeah, I think so. So 2 does bring a lot of improvements. It's almost not great coming back to 1 once you've played 2.
And you're midway through 2 now on your file.
I'm not great with these dogs.
The enemies seem like... We haven't seen much of it because obviously you're in the early areas, but watching you play the second game, the enemies feel like you've got to be on them, like frame perfect. Do you not just charge them?
No, you've got to hit them twice. I think if you flame them quickly,
like it feels like the enemies are super fast to react to you. If you're not going in like aggressive, you're gonna get smashed.
I'm probably you can probably hear me button mashing in this, hopefully not. But yeah, going back to that, so number 2 does bring a lot of improvements. So if you glide in number 2, you can sort of press triangle and do a bit of a hover. And in this, it's sort of you can't. So if you're gonna miss, oh gosh, there we go. If you miss,
Box gone.
I'm gone.
Oh.
That's what I get for trying to talk and do something. Yeah, if you try and glide somewhere here and you're going to miss it, you've got no scope for just getting that slight little bit of advantage. Oh god, I shouldn't have went to this level. I should have.
I know, it's like
really good.
All of a sudden you got things that fight back now.
Oh no!
Would it not help to headbutt and then flame?
Yeah, maybe. Right, okay. So I think I'm exactly the same place. I've got green sparks going into here.
It's so tense. It's like fighting an enemy in Dark Souls or something. It's like that on a knife's edge.
Yeah, I'm getting better. We've got to at least get the Scotch, you can see.
The thing is, it's always difficult, as you say, to talk and play, and also when somebody's sitting watching you. Like, it's always worse.
Yeah, so I'm going to get this dragon here because it also acts as my save point, and I'll go back and get some gems that I missed.
I've seen him a lot on the pre-release material.
Yeah, I think a lot of the trailers or the promotional material had him in it.
I think I smell a barbecue.
Be careful.
One of the things they went back, you might not be able to hear it very well on this video because we're talking over it, and they did not include subtitles. But they have replaced Spyro 1's voice actor with the guy who did it for 2 and 3, so he now does it through the whole trilogy.
Yeah.
Now, I cannot remember the guys who do his voice, if I'm honest.
No idea.
But apparently the original Spyro actor was seen as too snarky, and the next guy was brought in to give him a warmer, more friendly voice. So they've brought that into the original.
So playing this, I can't now imagine. I now can't imagine what what he sounded like.
Yeah, I cannot remember anyway. I just like Spyro has that kind of generic 90s mascot voice that Sonic kind of has as well. That kind of American, hey, I'm a good guy. That's not really not very good impression of it. But
this is the boss, by the way.
oh, is it?
Yeah, so it's not a very long level at all. It's called Scorch. I don't know what he actually does to attack you because I've not been hit by him before.
Oh, so he's not the aggressive, is he?
He's just a sheep under the clothes.
I'm not surprised they're trying to fight back after all the shit you were doing to them before. This is the boss.
That's the boss. So it's a very much introductory boss.
Yeah, I was expecting like an enemy with a health bar.
And I think that trophy is for killing him without getting hit by him. Obviously I got hit by the dogs. But I'm not sure how you would get hit by him, to be honest. There we go, 100%.
Hey.
Hooray.
I'm really good at this game.
Yeah, the trophies prove it.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So that's like World 1. Is it worth quitting back out of the main menu and delving into either the second or third game?
Yeah, sure.
I don't mind which. I've seen a little bit of the second game. I've not seen any of the third, but the second one apparently is better, so...
Well, just to carry on, we'll just go to number 2.
So, okay. Is this called Ripto's Rage in the UK? I thought it was Ripto's Revenge.
In America, I think, it was Ripto's Rage, it was Gateway to Glimmer in
That's
the UK.
right. I knew it was something different. So they've just gone with the American title for it all.
Yeah, so Gateway to Glimmer, yeah, that's what it was called. Glimmer's the first level that you go into, so it's a bit strange. It's not the whole hub world or anything. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure why it was called that, or why it wasn't called Ripto's Rage everywhere.
Gonna stop?
I feel like I did know the reason, but I cannot remember what that was.
We should go on vacation.
Yeah, so this one, obviously, Spyro's saved all the dragons. Spoiler alert for the first game. He's now wanting a holiday, so that's where this picks up.
Oh god, so is this like a direct sequel? I
don't know if it follows directly straight on. It might do. But he's heading to... I can't hear the thing at the minute. I'm sure it's telling you, and then I'm going to say something completely different, but it's something like Sunny Shores, or he's going to somewhere. He's wanting to go to the beach.
He's gone to the beach. He's gone for like a nice, relaxing resort holiday, and now apparently there's animal creatures.
Yeah, so these guys obviously have other plans for Spyro.
This isn't such a good idea. Bringing a dragon here.
And these are the sort of main guys he talked to throughout
Calm down, Hunter.
the second one.
But you saw the professor's book.
So is the story a little bit more fleshed out in number 2?
And they can spit.
Yeah, there's a bit more to it. Ripto's the bad guy in this one, and for some reason he either doesn't like dragons or he's afraid of dragons. Basically, it's going to take a dragon to sort of stop him, which is what these guys are now trying to do. So they're trying to bring a dragon into their world, and luckily they get Spyro.
It's handy that really, isn't it?
So here we go. So Spyro's expecting a nice beach holiday, but instead he's getting pulled into this world.
Instead he gets a sequel. God, that'd be really annoying as Sparks. Like, you're just trying to have a holiday and your friends always getting in this shit.
Haven't you guys ever seen a
Look at
dragon
him with his
before?
folded arms, all snarky.
You're a dragon.
Yeah,
God,
he's got some attitude, this guy.
These people just look annoying.
Yeah, they're a lot more detailed.
I do like Ripto's design though. He just looks like...
I mean, again, I don't know what creature he is.
Yeah, I know, I keep asking you. Is he a dinosaur? Because he has dinosaurs working for him and he kind of looks like a little...
But you thought he looked like a dragon, but he's definitely not because he doesn't like dragons. Unless that's like a ploy, but no, he doesn't have the wings.
Doesn't go into that detail.
Not that I remember anyway.
Crush, kill it,
He looks like a Powerpuff Girl villain.
Comedy.
Yeah, something like Mojo Jojo, like this kind of like short, angry little thing. Like nobody's got any reason to really be frightened of him.
Like a short man sort of syndrome.
Yeah, completely.
What was that jerk?
That was Ripto.
Yeah, so we've
and we have to get
been
rid of
pulled
him.
into Glimmer here, so this
There's
level's
all
called
sorts of
Glimmer.
trouble around here, but
Very nice.
I
That sounds
haven't had time
lovely.
to explain. Here, take this magic
If it wasn't
guide
for
to
little
It'll
dinosaur
help you begin to
short man
understand our
syndrome
world.
people.
Right now, I have to follow Ripto and see what he's up to. I'll meet you in Summer Forest, okay?
Hey, wait a minute!
Now, I think this game
How do we
does
get
have
ourselves into these
subtitles.
messes, pal?
With the second one.
I'm sure it's got subtitles.
Oh, it is. I've
Maybe not for that, but when you're talking to characters out in the world.
Oh, I don't think that's subtitles. I think that's just text boxes.
Okay.
I would say subtitles are like,
My Spyro!
yeah, like that.
Yeah, like this.
So yeah, I'd say they were just text boxes. So from what I've seen of Spyro 2 is it's bigger. There's a lot more going on, and it seems to focus on like animal people rather than dragons.
Yeah, each level's got a different sort of animal
Race.
person, or not necessarily animals. You've got some sort of Eskimo, or what's the correct term to call them?
Is that the politically correct term
I don't
for
think it
animal
is.
Eskimo creatures?
Yeah. So they're not all animals, but yeah, mostly animals.
Fuck are they?
I don't know.
See the dinosaurs. He's a dinosaur.
Yeah, dinosaurs. I'll not focus on getting the gems too much because, yeah, with Spyro 2, there's more of a restriction on you can actually get, and there's an area you can't get to in this.
Yeah,
in
so
level.
this comes back to, like, as you say, it's not a Metroidvania, but it's got elements of like gated progression.
Yeah, that's right.
Hi, Spyro. I'm a friend of
So
Alora's,
some of the save
and
point.
she asked me to help you out.
So
Whenever
in
you
this game,
find
we're not
me,
saving the
I'll
dragons, we're not
remember your
finding the green
progress.
statues.
Like this.
We're finding green orbs instead. We generally get them for doing tasks for
That
people
zap
within the
means
level,
that if you get into
or
trouble,
finding them throughout
I'll
the
return
world.
you to this
So we
place.
just have fairies every now and again to give us checkpoints.
Okay.
Missed him completely.
Oh, so little mouse is getting attacked.
Yeah,
You save
so we
him.
stop
He gives you a.
He doesn't give me anything, but he does have a task for me later on. But I can't climb that ladder
It's
at the
whiskers.
minute.
You know, good old whiskers.
That's it. Yeah, so when I learn how to climb, I can come back, so I can't actually do that.
Oh, okay.
And this delightful fellow is
can't
called
use
Moneybags.
the ride without
He
paying, and you
does
do
things
not
for
appear
you
to have enough
for
gems.
money, so he'll build a bridge. Although I can't afford that yet.
Is that how you? Do you spend gems? Do you?
Yes.
Okay,
So you
so
collect gems, spend them.
So in the first game, I assume you're just collecting gems because you're collecting them, whereas this, they're actually a currency.
Well, yeah, they're a currency in here. But it's only for Moneybags. He's the only person who ever charges you for anything, so he's a bit of a sort of villain in that sense.
Is he like the bumbling mayor character?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he loves money.
Of course he does. That's why he got into politics.
Oh, here we go. I've got enough.
Back
now.
again, eh?
Build that
And
bridge.
with plenty of treasure, I see. Would you like me to open the bridge? I won't even increase the price. Thank you,
Yeah,
Mr.
open it.
Dragon. Then
Yeah, I mean, you can kind of
Spyro,
tell straight away this has got a
you
bit
can
more
now
ambition
use the
to it.
bridge
Like,
whenever
there's a
you
lot
want,
more going
free
on.
of charge.
There's definitely more to it.
I hope we meet again.
Funny enough, I'm just looking here on the
Even
side.
more.
It looks like this came out only a year after the first one.
Yeah,
Well, 13 months after the first one.
I'm not sure when number 3 came out, but it was whenever the Year of the Dragon was, because that's what it's called.
A year later.
Yeah, I think they were quite soon after each
To
other.
get a good look around, press the
I mean, like, I think that was pretty much standard practice back in the day, but the idea of a game coming out every year from the same studio seems crazy these days.
Yeah.
Like, Activision have to have 3 studios simultaneously working on Call of Duty to do that. Ubisoft have to have multiple teams working on Assassin's Creed to do that.
Spyro!
Although they've sworn that they're going to stop.
Please take this
Maybe one day.
talisman of glimmer as a sign of
So this guy, as he's got the banner next to him, he's the last guy of the level. He will give you a talisman. So you need to go to every level within each hub world and collect the talismans, and you do that
one of the home worlds
from
of
the start of the
Avalon.
level and getting to the end. But there's more to do, so there's more orbs to collect, gems to collect. Each of the Spyro games has skill points as well.
Yeah, so show them off, because when you were talking about that, it sounds like a weird name for them.
Yeah, so they're not skill points as in other games you might expect. So you don't add, you don't give yourself sort of extra attack or or whatever.
They're kind of like activities.
Yeah, that you're skillful in doing to get them. So for each of the different levels, or in fact not all of them, some of the levels you get a skill point for doing certain things, and I don't think it gives you anything specifically other than a nice warm fuzzy feeling that you've done something
Are there trophies tied to these?
There's no trophies tied to them.
Oh, thank
I
God.
think if you unlock them all you might get an art gallery. I've not seen that because I've not done it, so I don't know. Some of them are easy enough to do, some of them so going back to it, sorry, you've got the Ocean Speedway, for example, under 1 minute 10. Yeah, I could not do that. I think I got about 1.5 minutes, and I don't know how you do it faster.
Hey man, if I can do the gauntlet in Titanfall 2, you can do that. All it takes is 4 hours of repetition and frustration.
Yeah. You actually saw that in front of me. So each, I don't know if it's every level, I think it might be, has got some sort of gate like this, and it's got a number attached to it, and you need to kill that many enemies, because when you kill the enemies you get a little sort of spark orb sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
And it powers this
Great!
up.
The
So this guy
superlight
has got a
power-up
task
is
for me,
active, and you can restart our gem lamps.
and he's
Flame
telling me
all the
sort
lamps
of what this
quickly,
is. So it's
and
a
the big
it's a
gem
super
lamp
fly
will light.
power up.
The
It's
power-up
going to
will
give
give you
me
enough magic to fly
flight
for a short time.
sort of unlimited flight for a certain amount of time, and he's wanting me to light all the gems around.
Oh, okay. It feels a little bit more, not like, RPG-ish. There's a little bit more progression to it. You get power-ups for doing certain missions or quests.
Yeah, this is like sort of, I think it's most levels you do get some sort of task that you need to do, and then it gives you a power up for doing it. But it just lasts as long as that.
Oh, okay.
You don't get it, so it can definitely
Thanks for helping me light the lamp,
for the rest of the level
Spyro.
or anything. You
A
just
fairy
get
gave
you
me
get it
this
for the
orb,
task, and then
but I like gems better.
he's happy with what
You
I've done.
take
He's
it
going
and
to give me an orb.
Lovely.
Great. And that's the collectibles within this game.
Feels like these people would be just better off giving you the orbs up front so you could stop Riptor, and then they might be able to get their shit sorted anyway. It's like, so is Riptor, are all these monsters you're fighting like his minions? Or is he just like a guy by himself?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
I'm probably expecting way too much from a 20-year-old platformer game in terms of story and world building.
Yeah, I don't know. He's got his henchman. He's got the Crush and Gulp, who you fight at the end of. You fight one of them at the end of this hub world, and you fight the other at the end of the next.
And so, did you say there was 5 worlds in the first game?
Yeah, there's only 3 in this one.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Are they just much
They're
bigger?
bigger. So the first one's not too big, but the second one has a lot of levels.
Ah, right,
in
okay.
it.
So yeah, I mean, I've seen you in a far bigger variety of zones in the second one, like in terms of like what they are. I've seen you in like an Arabian city, like an ice level. I'm sure there's a few more, but I might be thinking of the first game.
Yeah, in this one as well, you've got an underwater level. So in this game, there is water, and it's an ability you can learn
So you
to
don't
swim.
die anymore.
So you don't die when you touch it, unless it's sort of poisoned water, which it might be if it's pink, maybe. But you don't just die for sitting in water. This time is sort of improved
Yeah.
since the first
They
game.
had time to code swimming into the game.
Yeah.
This one still seems very nice, like, oh, the summer forest.
Well, that's what this game is. So we've got the summer forest, the autumn plains, and the winter tundra.
Ah,
They're
that's
the
right.
3 hub worlds. So there's no spring.
Apparently, well, there's concept art floating around suggesting that it was maybe on the cards at one point, but apparently Insomniac deny it.
Well, it would make sense there was another one, because since there's 4
Oh,
seasons.
no.
That's moved in.
Yeah, it was taken over.
Oh, hello. We didn't get a chance to introduce ourselves before.
They obviously trying to
name
appeal
is
to the
Alora.
teenage boys with
Hi,
the sexy
I'm Spyro.
deer lady
What are you, some kind of ghost?
back in the 90s.
Yeah, I mean, she
No.
wasn't so
It was a-
detailed back
sorry.
then.
Did you
Hey, it was
meet the
hard
Gem Hunters in
times, you know, it was before the internet was popular.
They gave me a souvenir too. They called it a talisman.
They
Well,
gave
some
you a
people might like that.
talisman?
Yeah, well, yeah, there's probably a growing market for stuff like that
I
these
just
days
stuck
because
it
of
in
the
the
internet.
guidebook you gave me.
Well, there are 14 talismans in Avalar, and they are all magical.
How are the characters? Are
When
they
you
annoying?
collect enough of them, they can be used to defeat Riptide.
They're not too bad. You don't see them too much.
He sounds like he would
Hunter's the
annoy me.
most annoying.
He seems annoying. Is he a bit of like a surfer bro?
Spyro's gonna help us collect
Yeah,
talismans.
I can tell because of his bloody goatee beard, man. He's fucking annoying me.
So he teaches you how to glide
Shores
and
right now.
hover. In
the castle here in the
the
summer.
third game, he
You're going to have to go to
skateboards and he's got to
Avalar's
beat his
world and
times.
convince the inhabitants to
He's
give
got
you
time to skateboard, but he can't save his
keep them in
kingdom.
your guidebook.
Goddamn hippie.
I could do that. Why doesn't the dragon just torch Ripto?
It's nicely animated though. Like they've obviously. I can't imagine what this would have looked like back on the PS1. I imagine very
Have you
different.
come across any orbs?
Yeah, a lot more blocky.
But I'll tell you about them later.
But
Just nebulous. I mean, did you even know she was a deer?
yeah, you knew she was a fawn, but I think it's because it calls her.
Oh, she's a fawn. Really?
Yeah.
Deer lady.
I think it tells you that she's a fawn, which is probably why I knew that. So yeah, we can.
One person I don't ask you what they are.
Yeah, I
You actually know.
I know she's a fawn. So yeah, we can go in the water here. That's great.
That's cool.
So we'll just progress through, and I'll show you what I mean about the hover and glide.
This is the homeworld
that
called
you can't do in the
Summer
first one, but you
There are
can do in
portals
this
to
and number
many of
3.
the Avalar worlds around here.
Is there any
Unfortunately,
further improvements in
Ripto
3
has
in
taken
terms of
over
what
the
you can
castle,
do?
and we need your help.
So 3 is just a
Start
little
by
bit
retrieving the
different.
talismans from
You
each of
can
the
play
worlds
as
you
other
visit.
characters. So you, in each hub world, you can rescue a character. So the first one's Sheila the kangaroo, of course. And then you can play as them. They've got their own levels each, and then they've got levels within Spyro's levels.
Okay.
At certain points as well.
That's how kind of like the variety, the kind of to mix it up. And the
Yeah.
third game that they tend to throw in.
Yeah, and also the third one Sparks has his own levels as well, which is quite nice. It's the only game you can play as Sparks. You can go into different areas, and he gains different
Hi,
abilities
Spyro.
once you've finished
You look like you're
his
pretty
levels.
agile. Let's try putting it to a test. See if you can get up this first step. Press the jump button and hold it down to get
So
more
he's going
hang
to teach
time.
me how to jump higher, glide, and those sorts of things.
Okay, not bad.
It
Now
feels
to make this next jump, you'll have to
strange that a
glide.
cheetah would know
Press
how to
the jump
glide
button,
better than a
Then
dragon.
press jump again at
Is
the
he a
top
cheetah?
of your
Yeah,
jump to
cheetah.
get the maximum glide
Leopard,
distance.
cheetah.
Well,
Whatever.
you said I knew what they were. I'm not sure what this guy is.
Nice job. Now try to do a hover. Press the jump button,
So
then
he's going
press
to teach me how
jump
to
again
hover,
to
although
glide.
I've just done it
When
then.
you reach
so.
the end of your
Oh god, so it's not even like he grants you that ability.
No, he's just. I guess you don't know what you're doing when you first pick up the game.
Yeah, this very much feels like a tutorial.
Very good. Now for the
Very
hardest
good,
leap of all.
hardest leap of all.
We'll have to give this one everything you've got. Get a walking start, jump, glide, and hover just before you get to the edge of the platform.
Don't forget to hover.
Yeah, we'll not forget to hover. And what he actually does when you get to
Wow,
him,
you're a pretty
he,
good athlete.
he gives you an
If I
orb,
hadn't
but I'm not
lost
sure
my
why
running
he
shoes,
doesn't
I'd
keep
take
it
you on
himself.
for real.
Yeah. He's already part of like the gang. Why doesn't he just give it to the professor? The fucking gate. Is that what you're trying to do? Repower this gate?
Yeah, you're collecting them all.
Hey,
Hooray! I think we got that for completing his challenge.
way more trophies. What's that? Colossus?
Colossus, yeah, we can
Sorry,
go to that
Spyro.
one.
I'd love to
Moneybags
teach you how to swim
will teach us how to
underwater,
swim
but not
underwater,
as
but he
much
won't
as
do
I'd
it
love
until
to
we've got
take
so
your
many gems.
What a dick! Like, I'll teach you to swim, but I'd like to take you more. What? Like, I'd prefer to take you. But basically, I'm a dick. That's what he said.
Exactly. Yeah. So I should.
Does he not know there's a crisis? Is he the mayor? Of Grimmer?
No, I don't think so. I don't know what he is. It doesn't specifically say he's a mayor.
But a man of his wealth obviously will own property, and he's got a vested interest in making sure Glimmer's not ruled by a fucking tyrant.
He's greedy.
What a dick. I don't like him. I don't like Hunter. I'm not very fond of many of the characters here.
I like Spyro though.
Yeah, Spyro's cool. He's a dragon. You know, he's always going to be good.
Yeah. Something that I was reading about fact-wise. So he was originally going to be called Pyro.
Well, actually, he's originally going to be called Pete.
Oh no, yeah,
I was
that's
thinking
right.
about this.
Yeah, he was going to be called Pete, but I don't think Disney would have been too happy with it.
Yeah, they
a dragon
quickly
called
realised
Pete.
that already exists. But yeah, you're right. They changed it to Pyro, and he was orange. And
Yeah,
then they eventually made him purple and called him Spyro.
Yeah.
Because apparently Pyro was too aggressive.
Yeah, and as a child I never realised Spyro had pyro in it. So that was mind blown when I actually found that fact out.
So as basically, like you mentioned before, each level or world's got their like own little creature, and these little monk kind of guys.
Yeah, these are monks. I'm
these
not sure
monk
what they
guys?
are.
Monkeys?
Open the gates and guide
Are they monk keys?
That would be clever. I don't know. For the original game, I thought these were people, but they're a bit more detailed in the Reignited Trilogy. I should collect gems so I can learn how to swim once I've finished this.
Yeah. Fucking money bags.
Yeah.
Except to put holes in them.
I think you get a trophy for charging one, so there you go, you're welcome.
So, oh God, you roasted the goddamn penguin. Are there little kind of animals, are they what give you health back?
Yeah, so the little ones won't attack you, so generally sheep, penguins, I can't remember what else we've seen, but yeah, they'll give you a butterfly, which Sparks will eat, and that gives him
this door for you.
his health, your health back.
Do they do like chanting?
Yep. So it's a gated area. So when they do their chant, they will open up a door or raise a platform that you can then use to get further in the level. They've trapped a yeti within the walls, within the castle. So we have to get there and sort of deal with him.
Kill it.
Yeah.
God, that's easy. They're fucking units. They're things.
Yeah, they're huge.
Oh, poor little penguin.
So if we don't talk to him when we go over here, we just can't.
Oh, right, so he,
So yeah,
Who needs
he
a
will
key
sort of
when
help
you know how
us
to chant like this?
get through.
These are like the, oh my God, what are they called in
Enemies
Skyrim?
like those yaks are too big to be charged. Your flame
Not the
attack
moth
will easily
priests.
take care of large enemies.
Fuck it.
No idea.
What was the point of bringing that up if I can't remember what they're called?
And I haven't played it, so I can't help. There we go, we've got a power up there we need to kill 11 enemies for.
The Greybeards. That's what they're called.
What did you say to start with?
The moth priests, but that's something different in Elder Scrolls.
Right, okay. I was going to say you were nowhere close.
Yeah, Greybeards, they're the ones who do the shouts and teach the Dragonborn how to shout and speak the dragon language. That's what these guys are in Spyro's world.
Hey, look what I can do.
Exactly.
You know, they got there eventually.
Oh god, yeah, I'm not very good at this.
Like camera again.
So this is a blue butterfly that gives you extra life.
Oh, cool.
Oh, Mr. Jim over there.
Ah. Never gonna get 100%. Apparently, am I wrong in thinking that Sparks will tell you where the nearest gem is?
He does, yeah. If you press click L3, he will point to it. But if it's obviously not in your view, he will point to sort of the general area.
Oh, that's cool. But yeah, I can imagine it would be a nightmare to figure it out otherwise.
Yeah, I think I don't know if you used to be able to do it in one, or if you were, it was locked behind some sort of
like
hidden ability. But it's there from the start in all of them. Well, I haven't played 3 yet. I'm not sure if it's there from the start in that one, because I think that might have been something you unlocked in the Sparks levels.
Right.
But I haven't got there with this one, so I'm not sure. So we've got 9. We're still not in this one. It gives you a different type of power-up, so I'll show you what that is.
Sorry, what do you do now?
So if I kill 11 creatures, I get the gate that gives me the power-up.
Oh, okay.
So we can now see it's got a few upward arrows, and it's actually it flings you upwards. I don't know what you'd call it, like a spring.
Okay. He runs when he...
There you go.
Oh, there's like a hidden area?
No, this is towards the end. It's just that was a shortcut.
Oh, okay. The levels definitely feel bigger in this game than in the first.
Yeah, they are a bit bigger. There's more to do,
So-
it seems.
So how you've finished the first one, how long do you think it took you to platinum? Like 5, 7 hours, 10 hours?
Yeah, maybe 5 hours. It's not a very long game. Yeah, so I've released a spirit. So the professor, although he's wanting me to collect the orbs, he will give me an orb if I...
Okay, why is he giving you orbs? You're giving them back to him to put in the gate. He's the one that runs the gate.
Yeah, I think when you flame all of the statues and bring him and come back to him, I believe he says, oh, here's an orb that one of the sort of spirits found, or something, so he doesn't have it on hand at the minute. I don't think.
That makes more sense. Because obviously, you know, we've established that Spyro's got a rich lore behind it. There needs to be continuity.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just trying to get to 500 gems so I can go and learn how to swim.
So will that unlock a new area or something?
Yeah, I can just show you how to swim. There's different. So in the level that we haven't played yet, in the hub world, it's called Idle Springs. It's got underwater sections.
Oh, okay.
So I know not to do that level until I learn how to swim.
So has the spirit done this?
Yeah, so these are the gold statues. He asks if you could flame 10 of them,
right,
and release them. So there's no timer on it, you just need to find them.
This very much feels like a collectathon type platformer game. Like you're always kind of collecting things or checking off long lists.
Yeah, pretty much.
But there's a lot to be said. There's something really satisfying about collecting things.
Oh yeah, it's good. And we can go back and get that gem I missed as well.
Oh thank God.
It is, yay. Because there's a statue.
I like how they've got hockey sticks.
These guys like the hockey.
I've noticed the banner's like a picture of their face with hockey sticks behind it as well.
There is a hockey sort of mini game. Yeah, there you go. There's a hockey mini game you can play in this as well for some orbs, but I'll not do it because I'll probably embarrass myself.
Spyro moves really well though. Like it seems really fluid. It's not as dated as I thought it might be.
No, it looks good. You've got more camera options than you used to have because we've got the extra sticks now.
That's good. I don't think people would have enjoyed the old way of doing things. It's just not done these days.
Yeah. So I'm not going to do it, but if you go up there, you can play ice hockey.
Go and show us. Well, while we're here, we might as well.
Okay. Oh, I've got my 500 gems. I can start doing this now.
Show off the ice hockey, and then let's go and swim.
Ah, Spyro, welcome. We have found that hockey is a peaceful and calming sport. Would you like to join in a
His impression of ice hockey is far different from mine.
You have 2 minutes to.
So I didn't quite read it there because I just skipped it, but I've got to score a few goals, and then if I manage, no, I've just got to run up and pick it up. But if I manage to do this, then I get to play against another person.
Hey, what do you mean another person? Like another player?
Another, a computer. So he would score against the other side.
So this is kind of like him defending.
This is me just playing against goalkeeper.
And then they put another person in the arena, and it's like it's a
first
one-on-one.
to score so many.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's very frustrating. He's not really doing much though. How many goals have you scored? 5?
I don't know. I didn't read it. I thought it might be 3, but it's obviously more. Maybe 5.
Run faster?
You can run any faster.
God, I think that would be frustrating. It feels like Rocket League. I'm not very good at that either.
I'm not very good at Rocket League. Come on.
Maybe we need to predict where it's going to go rather than run after it.
So there's a trick to this. You can just, if you charge at him at the left-hand side, and then last minute you go to the right. Otherwise, he will follow you and block it.
So you know all about it. You're embarrassed, and you did it first time. So would you
I remember not liking that when I was younger.
Would you like to try?
Did you get an orb for beating the other guy?
Yes.
You should do it then.
The first to score 5 goals.
Let's have a go.
So I need to score 5 goals. I think you
Jesus
get.
Christ,
I don't know if you get a
people.
trophy or a skill point for doing like a flawless. But you can cheat. You can cheat and just flame him. Oh, missed.
Can he tackle you?
Yeah. He can hit me and then
You lose the puck.
lose the puck. But you know, he's justified because I will flame him too. Come on. This is why I don't like this one. It's harder this one. Because the guy comes back to defend.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'd be very annoyed at him as my goalkeeper. As a goalkeeper, I'd be very annoyed if he didn't. I mean, I know hockey doesn't have rules at the best of times.
I mean, it's a bit cheeky, isn't it?
Yeah, this doesn't seem hard once you've got the puck.
No, sometimes I think I just made a meal out of the first time.
I mean, this goalkeeper's fucking useless. Like, you've done the same move 3 times.
You won't learn. No. I mean, it seems to be exactly, doesn't it? It's textbook.
It's the same pattern every time. Just head left here, it's going to bounce off the wall.
Hooray, we got a
You
skill
just
point.
walked that last one.
So yeah, the skill point is because we did it without
Getting scored against.
losing the point.
No trophy though.
No trophy.
Got an orb. He looks so happy when he gets an orb.
Right.
So, I assume there's more to do in this level.
We're pretty much at the end, but we haven't met the Yeti yet, so we can go there.
Okay, we'll see that.
The Yeti's actually in here, but we can't get in there at the minute because the windows are up.
See. Oh, yeah, we gotta cleanse the spirits first.
I can do that if I can find more. I think there might be 2 up here, and if there's not, then I'll leave it.
Okay. But you don't have to do that to get to the Yeti.
Oh, I've only got 9. No, I'll leave them.
Okay. Oh no, left.
Oh yes. No, this is a task for the professor to get an orb.
Well, gotta get them orbs.
You've scared
Well done,
the evil
Spryo.
spirit away. Why don't you take this? I borrowed it from the temple. They don't need it.
Okay, so he stole the orb and now he's giving it to me.
What a dick. Everyone seems like they're just a dick in this universe.
There's such nice guys here as well.
Yeah, like they're just monks who like hockey. Like they're not causing anyone any trouble.
Right, so this
Even
guy's
though I'm a vegetarian, I
end
think
of
you
the
should
level.
torch that
He looks
Yeti.
mean.
Yeah.
It's pretty tough, though. In fact, I'm
He
not
looks like a
sure you're
werewolf.
up to it.
More than a Yeti.
Okay, let's go. That's a fake out. That was it.
It's tougher than that. I guess he
Oh,
was
dear.
all buck.
Yeah, it does have a nice sense of humour, this game, though. It's fun.
Anyway, I was just guarding our sacred talisman to
But
make
they're going to
sure
give me a
the
talisman
Yeti
because we're happy
wouldn't eat
with
it.
Oh yeah, you
what
know,
I've done.
we've done a lot.
That's good.
Hey, it's a gold statue. Get the treasure.
Let's get the treasure. Another window, so we can now get into the ice rink
okay.
easier.
Yeah, it kind of unfolds as you do more things.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, some of these little end movies for the levels are quite funny. Some of the guys are complete dicks to each other, like you'll see here.
He just runs away. That guy could need help. Oh god. Right, so go to money bags.
Go to money bags and learn how to swim. It's just a nice touch for the new for this game. It's not something you could ever do in the first one.
No. Well, you showed off. You died.
Yeah.
Money bags. You're a dick. He looks like a dick.
Spyro? Would you
He
like to
is, we
learn
don't
to
like
swim
him.
underwater?
Who would call themselves
I
money
suppose I could
bags?
teach
I mean, that's obviously not his birth name, is it? You know, who? You know, no one would call their son money bags.
Great.
Yes, please.
Okay. When you jump in the water, you can use your left stick to move around the surface. Use
So does he
the
give you
charge
that
button
ability
to
rather than
dive
just tell you how to
underwater.
use it?
When you're underwater, use
Yes, so you can't swim until he tells you how to
Okay,
do it.
that the way it was worded was like, oh, I'm just going to tell you.
Yeah, so we can now swim underwater.
Hey, he moves fast. Is
He
it like
would just
charging?
yeah, he would. This would be normal speed.
It's still not bad. Like, how does it? Is it generally okay to control? It's not frustrating.
I'm not great at charging. I'm not the most accurate, but no, it's not too bad. And I think you'll probably correct me here when I'm wrong, but was it the Japanese version of the game? I don't think he could run as fast as they can in the English game.
You're right in that I think the first game was slowed down for some unknown reason, but I don't know about the sequels.
Right, 'cause yeah, the first game you couldn't run as fast, but you could once you got to the end and unlocked everything.
Yeah,
it was something crazy like
definitely in the first game that like it wasn't even like they slowed Spyro down. They just kind of slowed the game down. It's like they turned the frame rate down or something weird like that. It's bizarre.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go to a secret area.
So many spoilers.
Yeah, sorry, spoilers.
I mean, it's been out. 20 years, 19 years for this one. It's if you cared about it, you probably would have already done it. Unless you're a kid, and you probably shouldn't be watching this video. Because I've been swearing a lot.
Yeah, so secret area above where we were.
Oh, that's cool. So you could have seen it from where you got the.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I don't know if you noticed, but when we were doing the Hunters Challenge, you could actually see it in the background.
Oh no, I didn't notice. Oh, did it blink like gleam?
Yeah,
I did see it. Yeah, I do remember. Okay, cool. Are there any noteworthy levels to show off?
It's similar to the other one, so there will be a sort of speedway section where you collect.
Your favourite?
Yeah, my favourite. And then you can't progress to the next hub world until you've done all the levels, so it'll probably take a bit too long to do that.
So we've showed off quite a bit of early games, Spyro 1 and 2. I don't think 3's so different that we need to show that off either.
No, it's very similar. You wouldn't really get to see much new until you unlocked Sheila.
Sheila the kangaroo.
Sheila the kangaroo.
Okay then. I mean, yeah, I've got a good idea of how the game works. It looks really pretty. Seems to play it pretty well still.
You're well on your
Yeah.
way,
Despite it being
Spyro.
an old
Keep
game or an old game remade.
Before he can take over
I suppose really,
oh,
you're the one who's been playing it.
orbs too.
Would you recommend this game?
Get back to the dragon
Definitely.
world.
Just, yeah. I mean, it doesn't take too long to play, but it's just the nostalgia factor. I just love Spyro. And I've been looking forward to this game for ages, so it was never a question of when am I going to buy it. It's, when it's out.
I suppose really just, and aside from that, rather than just would you buy it, I mean, would you recommend this to people who haven't got that nostalgia?
I mean, I would, because it's just such a good platforming game.
I mean, even from an outsider's perspective, somebody who hasn't played this yet and has limited experience with Spyro, a bit like the Insanity Trilogy for Crash, it's a lot of game for your money.
Yeah, I think it was about £30.
And I mean, it's Black Friday deals at the moment. I've seen it for 25.
Yeah, it's definitely worth that. It's 3 full games.
Still more expensive than Fallout 76 though.
How much is that?
Oh, that game is plummeted to about £30 at this point. I've seen it for cheap.
Nice
it's
work,
not doing well.
Spyro.
So yeah, I mean,
The orbs you're carrying
it
have
seems
activated the special
like a really good recreation. It's got a lot of charm, holds up.
But if you're
Seems like
fast,
it
you'll get
capitalises on that nostalgia if you're a fan of the originals. Brings Spyro back to the modern age.
Yeah, hopefully bring it to a few new fans, younger fans.
Hopefully we don't get more Skylanders and we just get more Spyro. That would be good.
We like this version of Spyro.
Yeah, this is probably the better version, I think, all round. But maybe I'm just too old to really buy into the Skylander toy game. But okay then. So I mean, you sound really positive on it, but you're a big fan. You probably would have, unless it was a complete car crash, you probably would have liked it regardless. But it sounds like this is something that's easy to recommend. It's definitely a worthwhile package.
Yeah, definitely. I would
If you
wholeheartedly
had more
recommend.
money, it might jog my memory.
And here's this guy again. It's after my money, but I do